Queenscliff. I've been looking and stalking the rip for about 20 years now, but for some reason it's eluded me in terms of painting. When you look at it, it looks by and large quite flat. Point Nepean on the other side, Point Lonsdale and Queenscliff. And it really wasn't until COVID came along that I started to stalk the rip a little bit more intensely. Early morning and late at night, 4 or 5 p.m, 6 p.m, around dusk, and in particularly during autumn, winter and early spring. In summer, it's very uninteresting really. It's just quite a flat body of water with clear blue sky, and it's very hard to make anything visually interesting from that. But during those darker months, something opened up, and the paintings which will be in this show, they've got a strength and a moodiness to them which reflects the storms and the weather, and kind of this really harsh beauty that the rip has, and this kind of seething turbulence and undercurrent. When I kept looking at it, there were sort of waves coming in from one direction, then another direction towards me, and then near the pier, and then as you look around towards Queenscliff, there's this sort of gentle rippling. So there's all this sort of action happening, and then this dark blue charcoal sky. It looks sort of ominous, but it's quite powerful and beautiful in its own right. So, and then occasionally, of course, a ship would come through at great speed. You'd look, and then you'd look again, and it'd be way out, sort of going towards Tasmania. So sometimes some of the paintings reflect some of that that steel, that imagery in a very abstract form, sort of somewhere in the form, sort of appearing. So it was actually quite a good thing to finally get something down about the rip that I'm happy with, because I've painted it, as I said, started looking at it 20 years ago, and it was just rubbish. And it's hard to know why you can look at something so often over such a long period of time, and then all of a sudden at some point something opens up to you. And I suspect that's got to do with COVID in a way. Maybe I was looking at things more intensely, or perhaps looking at things differently due to being isolated. But that kind of that process really is just as interesting to me as making the paintings, really, how that's come about over the last 20 years. So it's quite a long gestation for a body of work.